And we are back, and we just finished watching 2023's They Cloned Tyrone. This is rated R with a runtime of 2 hours and 2 minutes, and this was a goddamn delight.
It was so fun.
It was, maybe my new favorite movie. I'm like, what? I laughed. I was on the edge of my seat. I cheered.
That's good. It was a good sci-fi comedy, but not like super funny, but like it hit at just all the right spots.
Yeah.
It
really smart
did
writing.
A great job.
Yeah. Really interesting. I mean, if I was going to compare this, I think I turned to you and I said I would compare this to Sorry to Bother You.
Very much so.
Yeah.
They could those two films could exist in the same universe.
Yeah, absolutely. This is tagged as action comedy mystery on IMDb. I would
agree with that 100%.
I would say a little sci-fi in there too, no?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
A smidge of sci-fi.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, come on, cloning technology, mind control,
conspiracy,
you know.
Yeah.
All that
good stuff. I'm going to go around the table and get impressions. I'm going to start with you, my friend. What did you think?
I thought this was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the hell out of this. I loved all the characters. I loved the story. I loved the setup. Nothing about it was like a glaring mistake where I was like, oh, this is taking me out of it a little bit.
Yeah, no.
It was really well done, and it was like
entertaining from first frame to last.
It was entertaining. The secret plan was, you could see somebody coming up with that. Mm-hmm. I mean, there were certain aspects of it that I was able to predict just because you find out the things that you find out and you're able to piece these little things together. But yeah, it was.
And all the leads. The three main leads have such great chemistry in this.
Absolutely, yeah.
Holy
John
smokes.
Boyega,
John Boyega,
Teyonah
Parris,
and Jamie Foxx.
Bang
really,
job.
really worked well together.
Yeah. Absolute bangers, all three.
Yeah. And I'm guessing this took place early 2000s.
Yes, because even though they look like they're dressed in the 70s, although John Boyega not so much. Maybe
nobody was really. I mean,
him.
I would say maybe Jamie Foxx looked like he was still, but that's expected. He was.
He's a pimp.
He's a pimp. Remember that guy that we saw when we went to go visit
my dad?
Yeah. Wow.
Oh my God! I still have to find an outfit like that for you.
That guy was something else.
Yeah, he was stuck in a blaxploitation movie. For sure.
And the thing that I remember funny about that guy was, like, everything looked clean.
Yeah.
But you could see at the hem of his like of his bell bottoms above his shoes, there were just holes in it.
Yeah. It was old. But he was
clinging to that pimp gear with a death grip.
That shirt with the big flowy sleeves. Holy smokes. You could hide somebody in that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
the way they filmed it was very, I mean, this is definitely an homage to like blaxploitation movies.
Everything.
And everything, the way they filmed it, it was really well done.
Oh,
really well done.
So good. Yeah.
But without being a parody.
Yes, this was its own thing.
It
definitely had influences.
Yeah, I mean, it had its funny moments, but this was like we said, it was like a real sci-fi mystery story.
Yeah,
it wasn't just it wasn't like Black Dynamite. It was really well done. This is a good sci-fi movie.
Yeah. I'd heard good stuff about it, but I actually enjoyed this more than I expected to. Sometimes you feel like, oh, are they gassing stuff? Because sometimes people are like, oh, this is so great, and then you watch it and you're like, what am I watching? Because this is not what was advertised. But this actually was just off the chain good. G, what'd you think?
I thought this was hilarious.
It was
at the beginning, I said 2 hours and like outrage, but it was a good movie and it didn't feel like 2 hours.
It didn't. It flowed very well. The leads were all fantastic. The script was strong. The idea was solid.
Yeah.
Again, pay your writers. Stuff like this cannot happen. It does not come from the ether. People put pen to paper and come up with these stories. Please pay your goddamn writers. Olive G, what did you think of the film?
I thought this movie was great. I loved it.
You gotta keep the cursing to a minimum. There is a ton of cursing in this film.
Yes, it's noted for pervasive
like the N-word
language
and like the F word.
Yes, multiple times.
They were saying everything.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
But simulated sex acts, that whole sequence was hilarious.
That was so funny.
Yeah, just I didn't expect to like this as much as I did. I don't know. I feel like I've been burnt by so many things like Smile and I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I guess
I mean, and especially in this sort of genre, a lot of times they just fall into like the easy jokes and stereotypes.
Yeah.
And this one, no. I mean, yeah, they had like the boisterous preacher and everybody like going crazy for fried chicken.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. It was like really, really in service of the story, and it made sense because it was just like that's the scene in the restaurant. When Jamie Foxx is sort of piecing things together, he's like, I never heard you laugh. I never heard you laugh.
Right.
And it made absolute sense.
Yeah. When he looks around and he starts piecing stuff together.
Yeah.
The chicken makes everyone giggle.
We're not giving anything away.
Yes.
Yeah, come on. This movie just came out.
Don't worry. Yes, we're going to try to make this as spoiler-free as possible because viewers should come into this blind.
Come into this totally cold.
Because you'll lose stuff if you know too much about it. I mean,
it's kind of obvious, though.
It is, and I think a lot of stuff has been written about it, and I'm sure we're not the only people reviewing it, but...
Yeah, the title.
Really come into it.
I mean, just the title of the movie gives away that there's some sort of like weird sci-fi thing going on.
Tyrone.
Yeah.
Yes,
and also if you watch the trailer.
If you watch the trailer, yeah.
I can't say enough good stuff about this. I'm still just high as a kite from it. Just
lots of fun.
Yeah, a ton of fun, and it's funny because kind of like what G pointed out, it's a 2-hour film. It's not a short film. But it moves really, really well.
I did not feel this film dragging ever.
Not in the slightest.
Yeah, there wasn't a boring part where I wanted to like pick up my phone and mess around on it.
Exactly. So I think, and as I said before, pay your writers, please. Yeah. This is a prime example of why the writers are such an important part of the filmmaking process. Because again, if you don't have a strong script, you don't have any kind of story. You can have beautiful visuals. You can have the most cutting edge effects. You can have really great soundtrack, which this movie also does have as well. But if you don't have an engaging story with really engaging characters, you have nothing. This just came out of the gate swinging. It was really strong throughout. And
credit to the actors, too, because seriously, as we said, the 3 leads, just great chemistry, great performances. Dealing with this bizarre sort of situation. And the thing that's funny is in the beginning, I don't think any of them really liked each other at all.
No.
Like it was just, they were...
It's like Charles worked for Fontaine. Yo-yo. Yo-yo.
Because she always came back.
Exactly. She worked for Slick Charles, although in the beginning she's like hightailing it out of there.
Yeah, she's like, I'm retiring.
Yeah, going to Memphis. Yeah, and it's like, but by the end, they're like almost a family.
They're a team. They're gonna like work together.
Yeah,
and like
Nancy just kind of crap.
Exactly.
Just. Yeah, really well done.
Well done.
I like those characters.
I'd love to see them again.
Yeah.
I got to be honest. I hope that they take their business to L.A. But obviously that's for the studios to decide. But hopefully this is... I mean, again, it's hard to measure the metrics of success on a streamer, but I can't imagine that this doesn't do quote-unquote well for Netflix. I feel like all eyes are... I mean, it just came out, but I feel like all eyes are on it right now. So
I hope so. It definitely deserves it. This is fun. This was a hell of a lot of fun.
Yeah, this was a great film from start to finish.
Yeah,
with a really great story and interesting also ethics questions about cloning and like the whole idea.
They don't really get into any of that.
True, but I mean, obviously we're not gonna spoil it, but kind of like the conversations that are had towards the end of the film, like, does this all justify why this is all happening, kind of thing. So,
I didn't really find any sort of like flaws in the story as far as like the motives of everybody. Even the bad guys, they had their motivations. Like
right.
it wasn't just mustache twirling evil.
Yeah, there
was a reason for it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just a room full of big fat white guys smoking cigars going,
Right.
we got to figure out how to take care of the black folk.
Right.
It wasn't that. Well, spoiler.
It's
but,
all right. Still watch this because there's
it's
not
more it's more complex
than that. Yeah.
There's something beyond that.
Yeah, and kudos to everybody on this production. The costumes, fantastic. The soundtrack,
The way
fantastic.
it was filmed.
The way it was filmed.
Like we said,
very 70s.
Very
bordering on exploitation.
An homage
movies.
to the black exploitation, the graininess of the film.
Yeah.
Everything
'Cause
sort of looked like
first-
it was in a haze.
At first, I was like, is this supposed to take place in the 70s? Because,
Right.
like, you see the Jamie Foxx character, and it's like, okay, well, is this? But then you have flip phones and
the
stuff,
cars they're riding
and the
around
cars that
in,
they're riding
they're
around.
sort of like older looking cars. But then you see, like that guy has a flip phone.
Yeah.
They mentioned 9/11.
Right.
So
Which happened in the 2000s.
it's definitely happened. It's early 2000s because
which makes sense.
people still have landlines.
Yeah. And
There's still
pre-COVID,
big,
nobody's wearing a mask.
big CRT screens for computer monitors and
Yes.
televisions.
Yes.
So it's not. It doesn't take place now.
Yeah. It's funny. Kiefer Sutherland is in this movie, so it was nice to see him. Hadn't seen him in a while.
He plays a good heavy.
Yeah, he does. I would have loved to have seen his dad with him. That would have made my week. But I also liked where this story went on its own. So, but yeah, I mean, everyone does a really, really good turn in this. Even like the lesser characters like Isaac and the guy that Fontaine originally, I don't even remember that guy's name, but the guy that Fontaine kind of ran over with the car.
That guy,
Yeah.
Fontaine's second in command with the fan.
Yes, he always had. It was like he had hot flashes or something.
Yeah, the other prostitutes.
Yeah.
Everybody did a great job.
Everyone. I mean, this film is a ton of fun and just really smart writing, really tight story, no drag, nothing. I mean, just from first frame and definitely stay till the end credits because there's like a little bit of a snippet towards the end that's part of the story. But yeah, I felt like I agree with Chi. This thing flew by for me.
Yeah.
And was super entertaining. There's really no notes. I mean, yeah. I'm gonna go around the number and take names. I'm gonna go around the table and get numbers. I'm gonna start with you. 1 to 10. What would you give it?
I'd give this a 9. I enjoyed the hell out of this movie.
I too would give this a 9. Seriously, this was really, really good. Way better than I thought it would be. I mean, I thought that I would enjoy it, but this was even more. It was even greater than my expectations. G, 1 to 10.
I'll also give it a 9. This was really fun.
Olive G, 1 to 10.
9.
9.
Straight 9s.
Unanimous.
Olive G, favorite character? Did you have a favorite character or no?
Probably the woman.
Yo-Yo?
Yeah.
What'd you like about her?
She was cool.
She was cool.
She was smart.
Badass.
She was a smart
She
character.
was very badass, and she had the most amazing yellow boots. She had a really good sense of style. I enjoyed
I like that coat she was wearing at the beginning too.
Yeah.
I think that was also yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a yellow furry coat. It's nice.
What about you? Did you have a favorite character? I liked all three leads.
I liked all
Slick-
three, but Slick Charles was probably my favorite.
Yeah, he was just too much. God damn, Jamie Foxx is good.
Yeah.
It's nice to see him and stuff. It looks like he's working a lot now, especially for Netflix. It feels like he's doing a lot of stuff for Netflix as of fairly recently.
Really?
I feel like wasn't there like some other like was it like some vampire thing where he was in?
Oh right, yeah. We never
it.
saw that one.
But he did that, and I think there was something else that he did for Netflix. This might be like the third movie that he's done for them.
Yeah, maybe he's got a deal going on.
Why not?
I mean, he produced this too, right?
Yeah,
He's
one of the producers on it. Yeah, good for him. Yeah, this was really good. Again, I mean, I don't understand the metrics of Holly weird streaming math.
They'll definitely find a way to make this film not profitable.
I'm sure. But if you have Netflix, get on over and check out They Cloned Tyrone. You certainly will not be disappointed. Again, Netflix original movie from 2023, They Cloned Tyrone, rated R for pervasive language.
Pervasive language, yes.
Some violence and what else?
I guess sexual references, maybe.
Yeah. Suggested sexual.
Suggestive talk.
Yes. 2 hours and 2 minutes, which flew on by.
Yes.
Go check it out. And that's it from us. And we will bid you all a
Good night.
Good night.
good night.